Hello, welcome back to our YouTube channel. And I know that once you come to this channel, the only thing that comes to your mind is developmental disability. So I am still happy to be your developmental disability specialist. I know some of you that when you notice a deviation in the milestone of your child, maybe in the language, especially language, because after the age of 1, you're worried that your child is not saying any word, he's not even making any sound, and then you're worried the deviation is there. Then you go for diagnosis. After the diagnosis, maybe you're being told the child has a language disorder or delayed communication disability or whatever they have given it the name. But the most important thing is that there is a deviation in the child's language, and hence comes the employment of a speech and language pathologist, which is an aspect of therapeutic intervention for children with developmental disability. What are the benefits of speech and language therapy? Like we all say, we've been preaching early intervention. When you expose your child who has had a deviation in the language development to the service of a speech and language therapy, you tend to have a whole lot of things. You tend to build the child's vocabulary. Language starts from speech. Speech is just making sound. From there to language, which is building vocabulary for the child, and then to communication, that's functional conversation, the child being able to hold functional conversation with you. So when you expose your child to speech and language therapy sections, you stand the chance of having the child improved in communication, starting from speech to language and to communication. So the child has improved communication skill. You're able to ask your child, how old are you? And the child says, you're able to say, how are you? The child is able to call you mommy, daddy, aunties, and whatever have you. The child is able to give the names of objects. And then comes clarity. Sometimes the language comes and they are not as clear as they ought to be. For instance, the child wants to say cup and he's saying tap. He's saying something all different. There's no language clarity, or there's articulation issues. With the service of the speech and language therapist, you are able to work on the articulation. That's a proper pronunciation of the words or the labeling of the child, the language of the child. You can be able to deduce whatever the child is able to say. And the service of the speech and language therapy helps to boost confidence. Because, for instance, a child is not able to talk. It leads to a lot of tantrums. Some parents have come to us and say, oh, my child throws a lot of tantrums. The child is non-verbal, definitely will throw tantrums. One of the benefits of speech and language therapy service is to build the child's confidence, because once language emerges and the child engages in using language to communicate, the tantrums go down. I'm so glad to let you know that speech and language therapy services is very, very paramount for a child who has had a deviation or who has a deviation in the language acquisition. If you know that you have learned something from this video, kindly share it, subscribe, and click on the notification button, because very soon our next video will drop, educating you more on neurodiversity or developmental disability. Thank you.